I'm Steve, the Long Ash Cowboy, and I apologize for not being here yesterday, but when it's raining outside, I can't record and I don't smoke inside the house. So, my apology. Today, I want to touch on this vaping thing because more people are. When this vaping thing first came up, it was supposed to be for people to use to scale back their cigarette smoking, not cigar, not pipe, their cigarette smoking, so they would have some alternative to scale back and quit altogether. Then they found out they could flavor it, and then it became all the rage, the new rage. And not only did they quit their cigarette smoking, but now vape is the new addiction. It's such a bad addiction that they've taken to stop referring to nicotine as what it is, a drug, and now they call it an addictive chemical. Ha ha. Well, death is no laughing matter. Maybe that'll get rid of the flies. Death is no laughing matter. Vaping is no laughing matter. When I was handed one, I didn't inhale it when it was handed to me. I took a puff, I tasted it, it was pretty good. It was actually Fruity Pebbles flavored. I thought I had it. It was Fruity Pebbles flavored, and I gave it back. And he said, "No, take it in your lungs." I said, "No, I'm good." So now let's talk about tobacco that doesn't go in the lungs. I don't think I've shared this story, so with this vaping thing being what it is, this might be the perfect time to tell you. I got a new physician. I'm a disabled veteran, so I was at a VA clinic. I got a new physician, and she looked at the computer and she said, "Sir, looking at your background, is there any point in me even discussing at your age asking you to quit using tobacco?" And I asked her, "Well, let me ask you something. Can you name the two groups of people that hate cigarettes more than non smokers?" And she looked completely taken aback by that question. And she even mouthed out the words. And she looked back at me and said, "Cigar and pipe smokers?" And I said, "And I'm in both groups. Now get your stethoscope and come check my lungs." And she did. And to her amazement, I sounded completely clean. And she said, "I'll never take up the tobacco question with you again." And I thanked her very politely. Which brings us back to this vaping thing. Nicotine, a drug, not a chemical, is being taken into the lungs. And while everybody celebrates this supposed victory against tobacco, they don't realize that they're still getting the drug produced by tobacco. So if you are considering vaping versus cigar and pipe smoking, just remember, we do not inhale. The part about my discussion with the physician I failed to mention was we do not inhale, and she comprehended that. Like I said, I asked her to check my lungs. She did. She said she'd never bring it up again. Vape, bad. Cigar and pipe, good. Now, tomorrow we have some football to look at. So let me discuss tomorrow. North Carolina has Wake Forest. Carolina has been a big surprise this year after tanking so badly last year after doing so well 2 years ago. So I'm going to give it to Carolina. Boston College and the Mad Hatter Les Miles in Kansas. Huh, I'm not even going to think twice about it. BC. Now I'm going to skip down, and Mississippi State will beat Kansas State. Virginia Tech should have no problem with Furman. Georgia Bath. NC State and West Virginia likely will come to the wire. Tennessee and Chattanooga. Tennessee has a perfect record right now, 0-2. And I'm going to make a big, bold prediction that their record will remain and that they will go 0-3 to Chattanooga. Tennessee will be dropped by Chattanooga this Saturday. Penn State and Pitt has been a rivalry for many, many years. Pitt has been down in the valley the last few years. I think Penn State's got it. Ohio State will take down Indiana. Air Force and Colorado both being in the same state. Colorado looks a little strong. Air Force has a decent showing. Hard to say. Ball State, Florida Atlantic. I got to give it. That's a tough one, but I got to give it to Florida Atlantic. Bama, South Carolina. The only question is, will we cover? It's only 25.5, so I'm going to say yeah. Those are the major games that I see on the schedule right now. Central Florida, Stanford. I'm going to call that a toss-up. And that should do it. So I thank you for tuning in. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, this is Long Ash Cowboy. Thanking you for tuning in, and sticks up.